Podcast City Network.
It is time to play.
You're listening to ELS. Let's go! Uncut.
No doubt.
Put your drinks up!
Okay.
Now we come to the payoff.
Let's rock.
What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to ELS Uncut. We're live on Twitch, on Podcast City Network, .tv, .twitch, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Unfiltered, unraw podcast tonight. Quick shout out to everyone that follows the Everett Lee on Twitter at the Everett Lord Score Lee, Facebook.com/Everett Lee. Click that thumbs up. And of course, Podcast City Network, official host of ELS Uncut. We're going to have a hell of a program tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And on top of that program, I have a couple guests. One that has his shit together, and another one who does not has his shit together because of complications. I'm talking about my co-host tonight. Talking about David C. Russell of Deathmatch Russell Podcast.
I heard that, Everett Lee. Good evening, and how are you?
I'm great, man. I'm great. At least I got my shit together. I mean, I got my...
I heard there's thunder down on your neck of the woods there in Florida.
Yeah, there's a lightning storm. Yeah, there's a fucking lightning
rain.
Storm on the horizon.
We got rain. Jersey Shore has rain. Florida has thunder. Jersey has rain. And what does our guest have?
Our guest tonight is none other than wrestling manager. He was on the Everett Lee show a while back ago. Let's welcome him back, Damien Saint. What is up, man? Let's give you a round of applause here.
What is going on, my friends? Just so you know, I'm still living out here in Chicago. We have snow. But unfortunate for you, Mr. Everett Lee, we do not have the thunder from down under like you do.
Nope. Yeah, there's a fucking thunderstorm. I was outside and a freaking thunderstorm, man. I walked out there and all of a sudden I was like, what the hell is this shit? And look up in the horizon there and there's the fucking thunder just going, you know. I try not to think of that Imaginarium song, or not Imaginary song, whatever the fuck it's called. Dragon, you know what I'm talking about? I can't stand that damn song. They play it too fucking much on the damn TV or radio.
What the hell are you talking about? Thunder and dragons?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Game of Thrones? Because guess what, dude? You can never get enough of Game of Thrones.
Oh, no. Definitely not, man. Speaking of Game of Thrones, there's one thing I want to discuss tonight is Game of Thrones, since you brought it up. What do you think about Entertainment Weekly, man? Putting out that article and what's been online about the final season of Game of Thrones coming out in 2019.
You know, I'll be honest. I'm a little bit heartbroken, but I followed them so closely. Like, when it first came out, I didn't have HBO. I still don't have HBO, but I'll get it every once in a while when it comes to Game of Thrones itself.
Right.
But I probably didn't start watching it until at least, like, season 4. And then I fell in love after, like, the first full episode, and I just binge-watched the whole thing all the way through to where they are now.
Oh, really?
And to know that they're ending it now that I just got into it maybe a year or two ago, it's a little bit heartbreaking, but I want to see what the conclusion's going to be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to see, man. What'd you think about last season, how that ended right there with the White Walkers coming to the wall, man? Yeah, that was fucking great, I thought.
Oh, dude, when I was watching that, I freaked out. All I can think of is how is John and the Queen of the Dragons. I can't remember the names right now. I haven't watched the show in probably 6 months.
Daenerys.
Oh, he was probably
Yes. Yeah.
My thing is, I want to see what's going to happen with them.
Yeah.
I want to see how the story plays out between those two with trying to go against the White Walkers, trying to get everyone in Westeros together to go against them.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to see what happens with that. You know what I like about the last couple seasons, or actually the last 3 seasons, was the fact that we had characters that you never thought would interact with each other come and start interacting with each other. For example, the Imp. You know, after he killed his father, he took off the Westeros out there and got with the Mother of Dragons, Daenerys. Right? You know, you would never thought that.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love Peter Dinklage as an actor, and just him in that role, it's just gold. It's money. When he first came on, and he was so cocky. I'm like, I just want to kick this guy around. But as you start to watch him, you grow attachment to some of these characters. Some of them you still hate, and then others that you hated before, you just have this compassion for them because you just see the wonderful development of the characters throughout the whole story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You grow to love these characters, and a lot of people. I read the short cliff notes of Game of Thrones, and I kind of knew ahead of where they were going up to where they with the story and stuff. And what happened was, what's that, David?
I'm not even into that.
You're missing out, man. I'll tell you, you were missing out. And the thing I loved about it was, I thought it was funny during season 3 when everyone was freaking out about the red wedding. They're freaking out about it, you know. With John, I was like, people who followed the book and read the book, they knew what was going to happen. But people who's never read the books, they thought it was like the end of the world for them, you know.
Oh,
they lost their shit.
I never read the books. I didn't know there were even books until the series came out.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we got to the red wedding, my mind was just blown.
Yeah, it was pretty intense there, man, with everything with the Game of Thrones, with after the red wedding there with Jon and stuff. What do you think about Jaime Lannister, man? He's kind of turned around there, you know, with his character and everything.
I mean, really, his character itself has done a complete 180. I mean, he was supposed to be, you know, the Prince Charming, pretty boy. I'm the son of, you know, the Lord, and my sister's the queen. And then you find out the whole storyline of, you know, Jamie and his sister are actually together, trying to keep their, the bloodline pure, at least in their idea of what was pure.
Mm-hmm.
And now, as time goes on, you see him step away from his sister even.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that was one of the biggest parts of the whole show was when Jamie stood against her.
Yeah. As soon as he cut himself away from his sister, that was pretty much it, man. Because she's a I'm sorry, she's a fucking bitch. She is. I couldn't stand her, man. I loved it when she went down the walk of shame. You know, shame.
Yeah.
I love that. I was like, that's what she fucking gets. But then I liked it when she did come back, and when she came back and got back in control, and then took that lady in there and was like, shame, and got back at her.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the revenge, how she did get back. But I just get the Mad Queen. She's a Mad Queen. She's fucking crazy.
She really is.
She is. She goes freaking overboard in the fucking books, man. She goes way. They're kind of holding back on her, I feel, for the fact that they're not actually letting it all loose with her because she's just, there's so much that I feel that they've not mentioned yet, and that they're still kind of holding back on her. Maybe they're gonna let her loose since this is the final season.
Wow.
They might, but I feel like they haven't like really. I feel like they've let her loose decently, at least from my perspective. Like I said, I haven't read the book, so I'm just going off of what I've seen compared to like other shows I've watched that have been known to be racy and edgy and really push that limit. But when the writers have even done the whole rape scene of Daenerys in like the first season, like people were freaking out about that. So if what they've done with Jamie's sister, if that hasn't been racy and edgy enough for HBO as it is, like I don't know how much further they can really go.
Yeah. There's apparently, from what I understand, is I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head, but the author of the books, he's basically told the writers of the show, this is where the stories, this is how it's going to end. This is where you're at. Now fill in the middle and get to here, and that's it for you. And I think it's brilliant. And I'm just like what I read. I don't know if did you read the article that they put in the Entertainment Weekly, because it was really good, because me and my wife was sitting here reading it online here, and she said, I'm getting goosebumps just reading this, for the fact that the battle that they're going to have, the big battle that everyone has been waiting for and talking about, what's this battle going to be? Apparently, it makes this one biggest battle in TV movie history look like a carnival, from what Peter Dinklage said.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they said...
Like, that's awesome, but man...
Yeah, they're going all out, because every character has to have their, they have to have, their part in there, because you don't know if they're going to live or if they're going to die, You don't know that.
Something right now? Might as well just jump into this. Damien, have you seen any good movies lately?
Let's see here. I'm trying to think. The last movie I had watched was.
Yeah.
You know what? Give me a second, because I watch a lot of things on Vudu, and I'm not buying the movies. And let me see what I just bought. So just give me like 1 second, guys. Says I'm like, hey, let me see what I bought here.
Last movie I saw was Halloween.
I have not seen that yet. Okay. So here's the latest movies that I bought. Tag.
Oh, yeah.
The one about the grown men who are still playing the game of tag that was going on for like 20-something years, 30-something years.
Yeah. How's that?
That was hilarious. I cannot recommend that movie enough.
Yeah.
I also ended up getting Solo, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Jurassic World.
Yes, the new Jurassic World.
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah, what'd you think of that? Me and my wife went it and seen it when it came out in the theaters.
With Fallen Kingdom, the trailers were so misleading of what the real story was that I love it. To me, my biggest problem I have when it comes to movies, and David, I'm sure I told you this before, is I hate watching a trailer and I already know everything that's going to happen in the movie. And then when I go see the movie, I just watch the trailer extended by, 90 minutes.
Right.
But with Fallen Kingdom, like, the trailer was so heartfelt. Like, because when I was a kid, I wanted to be an archaeologist. I was all about dinosaurs. So to me, like, this hit like my childhood memories. This hit me hard of what they want, like what they were trying to sell in the trailer.
Right.
And then what the movie really was, and I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who's watching right now who hasn't seen it, but go out and see it. Find it on DVD. I don't care what you do, just watch it. But the trailer was so misleading. It was such a small part of what the whole movie was that once you found out what the real plot was, oh, dude, guys, my heart sank so hard. but I was so entranced.
Right.
I couldn't turn away.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I'll have to jump on that one.
Yeah, you got to see it, David. It was pretty good, man. There was some really good stuff about it. I know a lot of people were mad about it because Jeff Goldblum, his appearance wasn't, that big.
You know what I might actually go see tomorrow night with my dad? I'm going to go see Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I want to see that so bad.
I do too, man. I do too. I was at work today and they had the radio on. It's the only time I ever listen to AM FM radio is at work, and they were playing one of those stations down here that plays today's hits, like pop hits and 80s, new wave and stuff like that. Well, they played Another One Bites the Dust, man. I walked around the rest of the day just humming the bass line.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone, and another one bites the dust.
Dun, 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 dun. I mean, I love Queen. The thing I love about Queen is how diverse they are in their music, man. Because look at their range in music and stuff, and look at the songs that they came out with. It's just fantastic. How could you go wrong with a band like that stood the test of time and came out with the music? And what I like about this is the trailers promoting this movie was the fact that the one part I remember is the one guy in the trailer is like, Queen's never gonna play, never gonna make it, and look what happened to them, man. I bet that guy's eating his...
Well, not just that, but you look back at because most of the songs were written by Freddie Mercury himself.
Mm-hmm.
You look back and there's no music nowadays. And there's plenty of artists who I enjoy listening to, but there's no music nowadays that can even compare to Freddie Mercury's writing.
No.
He was so far ahead of his time. It's ridiculous.
It's like that new band, Greta. What that Greta band that sounds like Led Zeppelin, brand new band that,
mm-hmm.
like young kids just trying to copy Led Zeppelin. Pretty amazing.
Nice.
It is. But apparently, since David brought up Led Zeppelin, I have to say that one band that was big, that had a pretty good, some hits there in the late 80s, early 90s, and they said I've read this and I've heard people say this in the music industry saying, yeah, this is the second coming of Led Zeppelin. They're talking about Whitesnake with David Coverdale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hell, David Coverdale actually recorded an album with fucking Robert Plant, man, Coverdale and Plant and Coverdale. That's a good fucking album, man. I don't know if you've heard it.
Unfortunately, I have not heard that one yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking great. It is. I pulled up the Entertainment Weekly article about Game of Thrones, what I was talking about, and what they were talking about was the battle of the bastards. They're talking about that.
Bastards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They said.
Sounds like an X-Men event.
Check this out, Damien. This is I'm at the part right here. Dinklage said it's brutal. Quote, it's brutal. Quote, it makes the battles of the bastards look like a theme park. They did a 25-day shoot, okay, which was of season 6, with the climax battle. But this right here was 55 nights, and they were only for the battle's outdoor scenes at the Winterfell set. Filming then moved into the studio, and it continued shooting the same battle for weeks after that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be bloody. It's gonna be all out war, man. Who do you think?
I'm excited for that.
What's that?
Bloody.
I was saying I'm so excited for that.
I am. Who do you think now? Who do you think is going to live, and who do you think is gonna die Who's not going to make it to the end, and who's going to make it to the end? Who do you think? What characters? I'll name some characters off for you right here.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
You're what?
I'm gonna die.
What?
How's that?
What? Oh my God, David! Oh damn!
Oh my God.
Did he just say he's gonna die?
Yeah, he said he's gonna die. Yeah, my foot up your ass, man.
Thank you.
Here's
Put
David.
down your throat.
Here's David right now, Damien. This is what this is.
But you know and I know that you're only half the man that I am. And I have half the brain that you do.
David's chances tonight is about
33 and a third chance.
of actually not saying something like that.
Now, to be fair, I've not really even started in on David yet.
No.
That's good. Last time we did a podcast, it became a Let's Roast David Fest.
You were holding a bag of pork rinds. I remember that.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to be halfway nice right now. But as the night goes on, I got a feeling David's got to push that until it's just, all right, we're going back to roast number 2.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm definitely right there with you with that, man. I definitely have a feeling that it's gonna you're gonna get roasted. Damien is gonna roast you somehow before the end of tonight, man. And
I know.
He's used to it.
Yeah, he is.
I know.
All right, I'll pull up a list of characters here real quick, and I want to get your take on this list of characters here from the TV show of Game of Thrones on who is going to live and who is going to die.
Okay. I will say this, though, because while we're talking about this, I actually pulled up the cast myself.
Yes.
So I can relearn the names. And out of everyone, the only person I 100% believe is going to survive everything is Arya Stark.
Oh, you think she's gonna survive everything that she's been through and everything?
Yeah. She's the only one who I believe 100% is going to live. Everyone else is a little bit sketchy. But she's the only one who I can sit here and go, 100% she'll make it.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh no, my phone's gonna die.
What about what?
My phone's gonna die.
Plug it up.
Seriously, I just plugged in mine. I'm at 35%. I did the responsible thing. I plugged it up.
Yeah.
You do a podcast, okay? You don't plug up your phone. Jeez.
Not just that, but you have the podcast almost every goddamn night.
Yeah,
I know.
You would think after months of going day after day after day after day, something would finally ring the time and go, oh hey, I need to plug in my phone. It's about to die. God damn it, David! Are you purposely trying to piss me off? I feel like you are.
I'm gonna take the camera off him while he plugs up because I don't want to look at his butt turn around at me right here. We'll continue until David gets situated there, Damien. All right. What's your take on Sansa Stark? You think she will make it at the end, or she will meet her demise before the end of the show?
I think there's a chance that she'll meet her demise.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, apparently, from what that article on EW or W, what do you call it? Entertainment Weekly, EW. That's what I'm looking at here. So
yeah.
It says that.
Exclamation points.
Yeah. they mentioned that Sansa will have a reunion with Jon again, but when she sees who he's with, she's not gonna like it. She, the claws are gonna come out.
Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta go find something.
Okay. Yeah, the claws are gonna come out because for the fact that he bent the knee to her, and she don't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, do you blame?
Which I can understand her point from that, but at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
As we've all seen, John and Daenerys are related.
I know.
They don't know that.
I know. What is the thing? What is the thing about this? The thing when you mention Game of Thrones, people think tits and ass, dragons, and sibling fucking. What's with the sibling fucking, man?
Like, I thought there was going to be enough of incest as it was from Jamie and Cersei.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, well, they're finally breaking up. It can't get worse than that. Now here you have Daenerys and Jon, and you're like, motherfuckers, are you serious?
I know. The response was people are like, ew, Jamie and his sister there, they're like, oh, no way. But then when it came to two fan favorite characters that you find out are related, but they hooked up and they did do the nasty, people are okay with it. And it's like, really?
No. It's like, they're related. Why don't you have the same response? Bunch of hypocrites.
I know. No, but you know what? I try. I don't know, man. It's like they're both my favorite character. Jon Snow's been my favorite since the beginning. He has, because of the path he's taken. Because he didn't take the same path as Jon, and him being the bastard of Ned Stark. That right there, the path he taken, with everything happening at the wall, being one of the watchers of the wall, and just everything he went through, and then getting killed, and then coming back by the lady in red. That's another one right there. That fucking lady in red, man. she's fucking scary.
She's a witch. Burn her at the stake.
I know, burn her at the stake. That's another one right there. You think she'll meet her demise? I'm trying to remember if she already did or didn't.
I think she did, because if I remember correctly, she ended up going back to being an old woman, and she couldn't rejuvenate. She couldn't restore her youth anymore, if I remember.
Right. So
I think she already met her demise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she met her demise there. Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to remember. I can't really remember if she did or didn't, but
I know it's been a while since I've watched it.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. It's been like it feels like almost forever since the last time that we freely watched Game of Thrones. Now, looking at the list here, I liked what's his name here, Liam Cunningham. He plays Davos. He's pretty good. He's one of my favorites.
Right on set.
Okay.
You remember which one he is? He was on the island there, and he followed the king, and he got mad when he burnt his daughter to death.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, the smuggler.
What are you talking about now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You think he'll make it?
No, I don't think he'll make it.
No. Yeah.
I think he'll die in the battle.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to find another one here. Damn.
I mean, the whole title itself should kind of tell that really out of like the main characters, it's going to be one person who lives.
Mm-hmm.
Hence Game of Thrones. It's all about who's going to get the throne at the end, who's going to be in control.
Yeah. That's a good. You pull up a good point there. Who do you think is going to get the throne? Do you think it's going to be the Mother of Dragons?
It's going to be me.
To Daenerys, or do you think it's going to be Jon Snow?
It's going to be me. I'm going to say it's me.
Honestly, I fully believe it's going to be Arya.
You think it's Arya? Arya's going to get it?
I do.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good.
I think
answer
there'll be a way that she'll get into the throne. For the one person who never wanted the throne,
That's.
I think it would make perfect sense. Of her mission right now has been getting revenge for her family members who've been killed.
Yeah.
What would be the best way other than end up getting the throne, even if it's by accident?
Right. And hell, you just made me think of something, man. This is here's something to think about now. Okay, let me take a sip of my drink here, but this is freaking great right here. I just thought of something. Okay, think about this. All right, with her, all right, we've seen where she went and what she had to do. She became a person with no name, became an assassin because she got with the man with no face, the faceless man, and became an assassin. Okay, yeah. She can disguise herself to look like anybody. Okay, this makes sense. What if John or Daenerys or one of the fan favorites gets killed? Okay, what if she becomes them and takes the throne? There you go.
Oh, that's very possible.
Yeah, there you go. You just made me think about that. Yeah, because she can look like anyone. And what if she did that? She looked like one of the characters. What if one of them gets killed, and she can basically or hey, here's something else. Like Sansa, all right? She apparently, Arya got into it with her and said, I can take you out anytime. What if something happens to her and she decides to become her sister? There you go there too. There's something to think about there. Another possibility. There's so many possibilities, man.
There really are. Like this, it's endless storylines that could go anywhere. The question is just where is it they're going?
Yeah. It's like where are they going and how they're going to get there? That's going to be an interesting part right there. That's good. Yeah. What's going to be freaking awesome. And I'm looking forward to seeing what next year, the last season of Game of Thrones. And one thing that we were talking about briefly before we went live was the fact that Netflix has taken certain shows off their streaming service, especially like Iron Fist and Luke Cage, because apparently Disney next year is going to be having that streaming service, and it looks like shows like that are going to be moving over there, and pretty soon we could see a lot of Disney content going bye-bye off Netflix and heading over to the streaming service. Would that be something you'd be interested in just to get, or would you pass on it?
I think the biggest thing for me, and I love Disney. I've always been a Disney person as it is. But there's one Marvel show I don't know if Disney would actually take away from Netflix.
Right.
Because of how popular it was. And that's The Punisher.
Yeah.
That show was on such high demand. Like, for me, I've always been a huge Punisher fan. I've always wanted a TV series.
Me too.
Everyone loved Thomas Jane. People who are 30 years and older remember Dolph Lundgren was the Punisher. There was Ray. I can't think what his last name was. But he ended up playing Punisher for Punisher Warzone. But now you have the TV series, and that's Marvel. And Marvel officially picked that up, which I absolutely love. I thought it was so well done. The tie-in with Daredevil, and then the branch off of his backstory as well.
Yeah.
But to continue on from where he was in Daredevil. And for me, Punisher is such a gritty, gory character. I don't know if Disney would take that away from Netflix, because that is a hard rated R show.
Yeah.
And Disney has never been rated R.
No.
The only thing they've had was The Punisher, because since they own Marvel.
Yes.
So I don't know if they would take that away from Netflix, because like I said, that was such a high demand show.
Well, they probably if they took Iron Fist and Luke Cage, there's a possibility that they could actually take that and take it over and put it over on the Disney streaming service. There's that possibility, man. You know, you got that possibility.
I don't disagree with that. There's always that possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Is this if they have that streaming service? Disney itself has always been kid oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Then they came out with the superheroes once they got a hold of Marvel.
Yeah.
And with the Marvel shows, nothing has been as dark and gritty as The Punisher.
Right.
Daredevil has pushed the limit somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely has. Luke Cage never got that dark. Iron Fist never got that deep. Jessica Jones even. That got a little bit dark as it is because of her drinking habits and everything else that she's done and her backstory, especially with the Purple Man, who is played by David Tennant, who I think is the greatest doctor of Doctor Who ever, but that's besides the point.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where Punisher is so dark, so hateful,
right,
so deep, and is so filled of hate for himself and hate for others. And of course, like if you read the comics, he has his moments of compassion. He always has.
Yeah.
But there's so much more blood than any other Marvel show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, there definitely is a lot more blood and guts and everything. I mean, with Punisher, I watched half the season of that, and apparently I thought it was all right. I definitely did think it was all right, but I just didn't finish it. I did like the beginning of it, but after that, it's just I just couldn't. I didn't, keep up with it. But I need to finish that one. I'm still trying to actually get through Luke Cage, season 2. And I'm still in the middle of that right now, as we speak. So I can move on to Iron Fist and Daredevil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 2, it wasn't bad. I don't think it was as good as season 1, but I mean, I enjoyed it. Same thing with Iron Fist season 2, but Daredevil season 3, that pulled me right back in again.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Daredevil was freaking great. Daredevil was freaking awesome. It was. I loved the first 2 seasons of Daredevil. And
yeah,
I thought it was just fucking great. Apparently, my camera stopped working right now.
First me with my battery dying. First with me with my battery dying. Everett's camera dying. All right, what's next?
Yeah.
You're gonna die, David. Oh wait, you already said that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Apparently, my camera stopped working here. If I can hit it, let me look at it again here. Yep, it's froze. Honestly, I can actually blame the weather because of what's going on tonight. Outside my freaking house. With the lightning storm, so it is kind of interfering there. My wife
Why don't you go stand outside and hold an antenna, okay? Everett in the thunderstorm.
Yeah, okay, David. Yeah, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna hold a freaking I'm gonna do like that guy did on the Great Outdoors. I'm gonna go out there with a fucking golf club.
Wow, David. David, really? Is that the type of friend you are? You sit there and you say to your friends, hey, go hold on to an electric rod outside in the middle of a lightning storm. I hope you get struck by lightning and maybe you'll die. What type of friend are you? What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, man, no. Come on.
No. That's exactly what you're saying. You should be ashamed of yourself. You know what, David? This is what I need you to do. I need you to go find your way to Ohio Turnpike out by Jersey, stand in the middle of it, and see if a semi-truck will catch you.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
I gotta play this here.
What?
Damn!
I had to play that, man.
All right, digging my grave early. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Giggity.
Damien is digging my grave early.
Excuse me, man. Yeah.
What did you say, David?
Damien's digging your grave. Apparently, that's what he said. I don't understand. I don't get what that means. It's supposed to mean something.
I'm messing with. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting inside my house. I'm drinking a root beer. I'm eating macaroni and cheese, and somehow I'm digging a grave. I'm multiple streets away from you. I don't know how the hell that works, but okay. Maybe I just have a voodoo doll, so when I'm making them do it.
Voodoo, running with my magic. ICP there.
Everett, I'm gonna switch it up. Let's get to see what he's been up to in the world of wrestling.
Yeah, man. Last time we talked with you, you were on the Deleted Wrestling podcast, and
Hardcore Homecoming was the last event.
Yeah. What's been going on since the last time we talked with you, man?
Oh, since last time I talked to you guys, I'll be honest, a lot has been going on. Over at EHF, we had Extreme Homecoming 3.
Yes.
Things did not go well. We had for my guys of the Saints, we had a triple threat Extreme Rules tag team match. And unfortunately, we lost the titles.
Oh.
But, I mean, that happens.
Right.
Deadly Lions brought in 2 of the extra guys. Numbers did not play to our advantage, and unfortunately, things happen. That doesn't mean we stop. We keep going. We keep fighting. We're going to get our titles back eventually. I don't know when, but that's the game plan in my mind right now is get the titles back.
Everett, if you have seen videos, he actually got in the ring and wrestled. He actually jumped in the ring.
Yeah. I was reading something on your in what David told me was you got in the ring and apparently you got injured. Did you not? Or am I thinking, or
no?
What happened?
The injury wasn't there. I right now I do actually have a fractured rib, but that wasn't from that event.
Yeah.
That was actually, I think, work related from like outside of wrestling. But I'm not really too worried about that. The rib's healing up just fine.
Yeah.
But he did get in the ring. A while back. I think that was one of the events that, right? You jumped in the ring. I remember that. You're telling me.
Yeah, yeah. Our general manager ended up pulling our Freebird card while we're just like trying to defend titles, and decided to make me a tag team partner.
Right. Wow.
That time we won. It's just unfortunate that when it came to Extreme Rules, which is really our forte, it has been turned to our advantage. Well, like I said, it's okay. Things happen. We move on. We move forward. Aside from that, like, I've just been so busy. I'm so blessed with the people I've got to meet. I got to do a seminar with Brutal Bob Evans and Tim Hughes from ROH out at Wrestle League in Chicago.
Oh, cool.
I've actually started to get to be a referee a little bit more often. So I actually got the referee throughout that card that night, which was absolutely phenomenal. They have a great bunch of guys out there. Young kids who are just hungry and just looking for more. Also on Fridays, I've been going out to NOW, which is Northwest Ohio Wrestling.
Yes.
That's out in Toledo, Ohio. So I've been going out there pretty often as of right now for Friday nights.
Scouting live.
I got a new tag team called Big Facts. It's Jason Page and Mark Williams. 2 hungry kids who, I'll be honest, guys, these kids surprise me every time. I don't mean to call them kids, but I mean, they're young. They're still like 20, 21.
Right.
But every time they get in the ring, they are just constantly improving in every single aspect of being an in-ring competitor.
That's good.
That is. So you're stoked and happy with their performance and everything.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't ask for more.
Right.
To me, they're like my own kids. I know I'm only like 10 years older than them, but when I'm with them, it's almost like I go in dad mode. I'm just so protective over them. They're such good guys. They have such great hearts. And I would just hate to see anybody ever try to take advantage of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's good. I mean, you know, that's freaking awesome, man. It is.
Who else you managing these days? Anybody else that we got to keep our eye on, Damien?
Yeah. Any new talent out there? Any other new talent?
Let me see here. So we saw the Saints.
Yes.
So we have Thieves of Greatness. We actually added 2 members. We added the Celtic Nightmare and Jaden Michael Quick. With Agents of Chaos down in Hoosier Pro Wrestling, we added a new member, Jason Levi, also known as the War Machine.
Nice.
So we were there this past Saturday. Yeah, this past Saturday. We had a tag team street fight for our titles that we were the champions of. And, of course, we successfully defended our titles, which I'm ecstatic about. But you know what? I got to say this. I put a post on Facebook the other day about this, and this is still bugging me.
Okay.
So the fans of HPW, Hoosier Pro Wrestling, they hate me. They hate my guys. And I really don't understand why. But at the end of the night, they started calling us cheaters. Like they literally called us cheaters. Now here, you guys know wrestling just as well as I do.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell do you cheat in a street fight?
You can't. You can't. Are they dumb? Are they just they must be like one of those fans that just don't really watch a hardcore match to the complete full match. I mean, to understand
exactly. That's the point. You cannot cheat in a street fight, yet they want to call us cheaters. we were just smarter because we had more people.
Uh-huh.
That's all it is. It's intelligence right there.
Wow.
Was it one of those buck teeth character kid people? Don't know.
Oh man. I don't even want to comment on that right there.
I know.
Bucktooth
Go ahead.
characters. Bucktooth character.
Bucktooth. We don't know how it is.
What the hell is it? Bucktooth. Bucktooth. You can't say that, man. It's sensitive.
Yeah, I know.
Don't be PC.
All right.
Don't be a bully, David.
Yeah, don't be bully,
Okay.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, be a star.
Yeah. Oh damn.
So EHF has an event this weekend, don't they? Davey?
Yeah, tell us about what's going on with the.
I saw that nice marquee sign. That looks pretty sharp. It's like all digital. It's pretty cool, man.
So this Saturday, South Bend, Indiana, Century Center, EHF is returning for our last show of the year. This could be one of our biggest shows of the year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's this Saturday, November 10th. Pre-show is starting at, I believe, 6 o'clock Eastern. Main show will start at 7.
Mm-hmm.
What I believe we have going on right now is one of my clients, Nevermore, actually challenged Rock Langston, who's a former EHF heavyweight champion, to an Extreme Rules match. It's pretty much like an EHF Originals match because these two guys, they built EHF from the ground up.
Uh-huh.
Aside from that, I believe Alexander Osborne is going to be in action. General Manager Heelson has not really given me detail what's going on. He has said that he has something planned. So, hell if I know what the hell that even means.
Yeah.
And Samson White will not be there. He has some prior engagements he has to take care of, which I completely respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as of right now, that's kind of the plan. Just Nevermore to try and take on Rock Langston. I'm gonna let him do his thing because I'm not risking my rib getting even more injured being out there. as far as what goes on Osborne, he's my boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick by his side. We'll see where the night goes.
Nice.
How's he been? How's he done? Pretty good. I haven't talked to him in a couple days or so.
I haven't talked to him in a couple days as well. I've been so busy with my own stuff. He's been busy with his own stuff.
Yeah.
So we try to catch up every once in a while.
Mhm.
I think I feel like he's having some personal issues as it is, which
Yes.
I really not divulge in front of the whole world because that's not my place.
Yes.
No, it's not.
So-
We don't want to get into that. Yeah.
I've tried getting him his own space, and he knows me well enough. We've known each other. We've been
I know.
really good friends for 16 plus years.
Mhm.
So he knows if he needs to talk, my phone is always on. Whether he needs someone to talk to, he needs someone to give feedback, I'll be there. If he just sits there and says, "Hey, bro, I just need you to just listen," cool. I'll just sit there and listen.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
Yeah, he was going through some stuff, Damien.
yeah,
Everett.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah,
He was
we all
taking trips
go through.
He was taking trips to Bali and Hollywood, and he was going all over the place.
Wow.
oh yeah, up to Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai.
Dubai.
He brought me with him. I don't know why.
Now, speaking of Dubai, I want to ask you, Damien, did you happen to catch Crown Jewel, WWE Crown Jewel on the network?
I did not. I was actually working an event that night,
Uh-huh.
but I did hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
I did see the results of what happened.
Right. And what are your thoughts about the pay-per-view and the results that you've read? What do you think about? I mean, what are your thoughts about it?
Me personally, I don't work for WWE, so I can't really sit here and. I'm not a big fan of trying to play the armchair booker of, well, this is what they should have done, and this is what they should have not done, and that type of stuff.
Right.
But for me, I'm not the biggest fan of giving Brock Lesnar back the championship, just because he's there part-time. He's there once every couple months, it seems like, or 2-3 times every couple months.
Mm-hmm.
So you never see the title, which
Right.
I think is a little bit disrespectful to the title, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, The Miz didn't make it to the finals because he got injured, which I hope he has a speedy recovery. I just don't believe that Shane McMahon was the best person to put in that position to go over
Right.
as the best in the world in WWE's standpoint.
Yes.
Because you have so many other great talents who I feel like they could have had that opportunity to push. That's the thing. If you look at anyone who's done great things, look at The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock succeeded when Stone Cold was injured. He was able to skyrocket.
Yeah.
That's what could have easily done instead of putting Shane. I love Shane McMahon. I love everything he's done for the company,
Oh yeah.
especially since he's coming back.
Right.
But this is one of those moments, or that was one of those moments where they could have sat there and gone, who can we push next? Who do we believe that is ready for this last-minute thing?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least they could have Dolph Ziggler go over.
Yeah. Yeah. They could have had Dolph go over, but they didn't want two bad guys going against each other. They didn't want that. And Miz getting hurt, I mean, storyline wise, he faked it, and then it was explained on SmackDown the following Tuesday on SmackDown why Shane did what he did. He was acting on instinct, and he brought back the cup for the Blue Brand because the Blue Brand is the best in the world. Is the best brand. Is to him, Shane is, in storyline wise, I understood it because when he came out, people were booing him. But when he explained it, it's like, okay, that makes sense now, because where he says basically he bleeds blue. The Blue Brand is the A show, not Raw, which is his sister show. And
Right.
I got that. I was like, okay, this makes sense because his boos ended up turning to, cheers. He's like, I'm not the best in the world. He said the Blue Brand's the best in the world, so I brought it home. and we're gonna win Survivor Series, which I thought was good. It started building on Survivor Series, but Crown Jewel. One thing I did like was the last match that they had, which was Triple H, Shawn Michaels, DX versus Brothers of Destruction. 8 years, man, since Shawn Michaels stepped in a ring and did anything.
Man.
Like, I mean, not anything, but, as a performer. I mean, there was time where for NXT when they had that one event where they did put on network where he was a special guest referee, but actually a performer. Damien, Shawn Michaels has not really he has not skipped a beat in 8 damn years, man.
No, he hasn't.
I couldn't believe it. Shawn Michaels is one of the, if not the best in the world with what he does. There's no one who can captivate an audience like Shawn. There's no one who ever has. I mean, there's a reason why he was called a showstopper for so long.
Oh, yeah.
It's because once he gets out there, everyone stops and watches what he does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's never going to change. Even when Shawn's come out just to speak, everyone stops.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just he doing a fucking moonsault off the top rope. I mean, top turnbuckle there in the corner. He had that look on his face I thought was priceless. He's like, what the hell? And he just does it, It's like that back moonsault. Yeah. And I thought it was funny because there was moments there watching it that it's Taker and Triple H were kind of, it's like, you're going here, you're going there. It's like when he was trying to throw him in the barricade, he just ran with them and they both ran into the barricade. It's like miscommunication there. But, I noticed little things like that, but I'm like, you know what? That it didn't bother me because it's like Shawn Michaels is back in the ring. But I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, okay, you clear a table, all right, Damien, you clear a table, you're going to put a guy through it, okay? All right, and then you take the guy, you don't put them through the table that you did not clear.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Triple H paid for that, man.
Yeah, we saw that on the media. Did you see that picture of him all?
Oh, God.
Black and blue.
Yeah,
and I saw a picture of Joey Ryan did something different. Almost the same, almost. Crazy. What's going on?
God, man. Triple H, man. Black and blue. You saw
blue. That must be like, yeah.
God dang. Do you know anyone who's ever had like an injury like that? I've never heard anything like that before.
I mean, I've heard about guys tearing their pectoral muscle before, so I mean, it's nothing really new to me, but with how nasty his looked.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, it's like it was new to me in a lot of ways because I never really heard anything, like that, because I've heard you hurt your ankle, your leg, your arm, your tricep, stuff like that. But like the pectoral, I never seen that. I was like, damn, man. Because it reminded me of back remember when he tore his, what the hell's that muscle? I always forget the name of it. Where he had to have surgery on it, and he was gone for 8-9 months. You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about his ALC?
Yeah, the ALC. Yeah. When he tore his ALC, and then he ended up continuing the match. I mean, that's.
I'm sorry, it's the ACL. I got my letters mixed up.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Tough, like in the words Stone Cold, one tough son of a bitch,
There's another guy that was just in the media. Did you just see that article?
God, I forgot David's even here.
Oh, whatever. I just read an article about Stone Cold. Did you see that, Everett? About how he 14 days into his not drinking.
His new diet, he's Stone Cold sober.
Yeah.
Yeah. He went sober, Stone Cold sober.
So apparently he's on a new diet,
Oh yeah.
and he's not doing any alcohol at all.
Mm-hmm.
But he's saying that he feels absolutely great. Like, he's sitting in the gym still. He's still working out,
Yes.
and he feels even better without the drinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, he's killing podcasts like usual too. You know.
Yes. Stone Cold, man. You know, like he had Joey Ryan on. They were talking about trying to
Joey Janela, you mean?
Yeah, Joey Janela. Yeah, that's right, Joey Janela. Because you said Joey Ryan. What the hell happened to Joey Ryan?
I don't know. Joey did something to his arm. It's all black and blue. I don't know what he did.
Really?
I don't know what. I'll
Really?
have to search that
I
article
didn't
out.
read anything about that. Did you hear anything about Joey Ryan getting hurt, Damien?
No, I haven't heard anything about that.
No.
I saw that on Twitter. Go on Twitter. Check it out. Scope it out.
You bring me information and you don't even half-ass bring it to the table? Come on, man.
Do I have any computer in front of me now?
What are you, a politician?
No, I'm not, and I don't.
Here's Johnny.
Well, I know you're not, because you're not taking my tax dollars. I'm still getting the same results, though.
Pay your tax dollars. I got something for that right there.
Show me the money!
Oh man, I kind of like this having not a camera, no cameras, except I got the one I'm looking straight at David, me and him on video here. Kind of like this. I got my shades off. I can actually see what the fuck I'm doing now.
But now you gotta look at David.
I know. I need to put him back on. Okay.
I'm not looking at Damien though.
Yeah, I got him back on.
But we're not looking at Damien, so that's a plus.
I like this picture of Damien I got up, man. That's like one of my favorite. I'm sorry, it's one of my favorite pictures. It's a good picture, man.
You want
Which picture?
It's the one where your arms kind of out, kind of looks like you're trying to reaching, and you got the cane right behind you with the skull head on the top of it, the gold skull.
The one that you used on the flyer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
You gonna get some new promo shots pretty soon?
Yeah. Actually, I got one of me and the guys from Big Facts.
Yeah.
Here, I'll end up sending it to you. I'll send you the ones of me with the guys from Agents of Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll find the one of me with Big Facts, and I'll send that over to you as well.
Oh, nice.
So that way you can share it with David, so that way he can kind of get an idea.
Ooh.
Oh, there's a picture right there. All right, let me screenshot this. I'm going to screenshot this right now for those viewing the podcast right now. Right there, nice picture right there.
You could send it to my way now, so I can look. I don't have it on. I'm not looking live on the internet. I'm just talking.
In the picture, what am I looking at, Damien? The picture you just sent me, and I got screenshot right now on the computer. People viewing the live stream on this right here on Twitch can actually see it.
Okay, which one do you have pulled up? Do you have the one pulled up with where we have the tag team titles?
Yes.
Or talking about the one with Northwest behind us?
Yes, the one with the tag team titles, the one you just sent me. I had that one pulled up.
Okay. So that is 2 of the 3 members of the Agents of Chaos. On the left, you have Fireball. On the right, you have Jason Levi, also known as War Machine. Plus his own manager, Allie.
Uh-huh.
We don't have Tank with us because Tank was actually injured. He actually just underwent surgery maybe 2 months ago, I think it was.
Yeah.
So he hasn't returned back to action yet.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so there you got Fireball and Jason Levi. And then Everett, the other one I just sent you with the one with the 2 young guys next to me on either side of me.
Mm-hmm.
On the left you have Jason Page, and on the right you have Mark Williams.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll pull that up too right there. Screenshot that one right there on my computer. Nice.
I can't see nothing. I don't have any computer screen up.
Here, David, I'll send them to you as well, you big baby.
Gee, thanks. Damien. You're my hero.
Oh, I know I am.
He wants to be like you, Damien. He wants to look. He wants the
I don't
same
want
type
a
of
picture
class
of
you
your
got.
nutsack. Oh, really? Those are sharp.
You never complained
That's
before.
pretty sharp.
Damn. Oh, damn.
What are you guys in? What are you in a shed or something? Like, what's that in the background? You're working in you at a Home Depot?
Yes, we're inside a Home Depot. No, that's the building that we're doing the show at.
Oh,
That's the backstage area.
yeah. They always have.
I know you know,
noticed that.
David. I know you want to know anything about the backstage area at a wrestling show. You're always in the seats. You never get to see backstage. I get it. It crushes your heart a little bit. You cry a little bit every single time you ever go to a wrestling show, and you're like, I want to be in the back with the guys. Why won't they accept me? Why don't they like me? It's because you say stupid things, and then you never have your shit together.
Oh, that's it. No, those are really sharp picks. I like those.
What?
Really sharp picks. Really good, promo shots. I like
Yeah,
that.
they're good. They're good. They're good.
Thank you.
What I heard an old wrestling story about. I heard an old wrestling story about someone that actually went to go get pictures. Actually, I've heard some stories about getting promo pictures done and stuff. I forget where it was at though. Back in the day, you could actually go there and get your pictures done, and then people's like, "Man, these pictures are good. Where'd you get them at?" And they're like, "Yeah, I went to Sears or JCPenney and got my pictures taken." It was like, but it worked. It freaking
But
worked,
not
man.
anymore. They're closed down. Sears is closed down.
It's still a professional photographer.
Yeah.
Sears is finally closed the doors.
Yeah, professional photography, I tell you, photography in general has come a long way, and I mean, since what it was and stuff. One thing I remember was like watching old WWE programming and a little bit of WCW. You always had the cameraman like right by the ring and stuff, which you really don't see anymore. I don't notice it and stuff.
Well, it's a brigade now. It's like there's a lot of camaraderie. There's a lot of photographers that kind of like surround the indie scene nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Damien, am I right on that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like everywhere you go, there's somebody like you can't see the match sometimes. You're like, excuse me, but you know.
Well, one thing I want to ask is, are you familiar with a photographer? I had him on about 3 episodes back on episode 101 of the Everett Lee show, Wayne Palmer. Are you familiar with that name, and you ever heard of him?
No, I can't say I have.
Yeah, he does. He lives up around your neck of the woods, David, don't he?
No, he's in Ohio or something. Cincinnati. He's up by Robin almost.
Wayne Palmer?
Kentucky or somewhere. I don't know where the hell he's from.
No, he's up north around there somewhere. He's on the East Coast. And you said you're in Chicago, Damien, and you have snow. What the hell's the temperature out there with the snow and everything? It's like what, negative 32 almost? Does it feel like that in the Windy City most times?
I definitely feel like that some days. Today it was like around like 35.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the weather's changed so much over the past couple of weeks. We've gone from days where it's been like 75 degrees and then it's dropped down to like 42.
Yeah.
So for like this morning, probably about 4:30 this morning, it started snowing. Like it wasn't anything horrible.
Right.
But it was like at 35 degrees and it kind of stuck that way throughout the whole day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I did forget that you live up in that area right there. I want to ask you, how was it attending All In? You got to tell me about that.
Honestly, I was actually not able to attend that.
Yeah, that's right. Didn't I ask you this question before? David, I asked him this question before, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. When
so.
was... Yeah, that's right, because when I was talking to David that one
Robin
night...
was the one that went.
Yeah, I know Robin went. I know Robin went. I'm trying to...
Damien ran into him. I think Damien ran into him.
Yeah, that's what's happened.
No.
That's what happened.
I ended up calling up Robin because I knew that he was in town, and he actually brought one of his friends, David Stockwell, out with them.
Yes.
And so once all in was done,
yeah,
I ended up meeting up with them and had a couple drinks because they were in town. So.
That's right. Because I was talking to David one night. We're doing a video chat, and all of a sudden he's sitting there giggling, going like, I was like, what are you giggling about? All of a sudden, bam, Damien Saint pops up on the phone. He's I never forget the expression on your face and just what you said.
Yes.
You're like, I don't do this shit. It's like... I'm like, I'm innocent, Damien. I'm innocent. I have no part in this. It's all David. So you want to rip into someone? Go right ahead, man. Go right ahead.
I know it's all David. It's always all David. It's never been anyone except for David.
Right. Okay, I do remember now. I do remember. Yeah. I did ask about that, and with so much going on, what I do with doing podcasts, running a podcast network, and answering David's 10,000 calls a day about something. So it just there's so much going on, and I'm sorry, sounding like a senile person, like, didn't you go to that event down there? It's like, no, I told you I did not go.
Brother, trust me, I completely understand. If I had to deal with David, calling me 10,000 times a day just for him giggling, I'd lose my mind too.
Thanks, Damon. Thank you. Much love. Thank you.
Sometimes I have one of these. So it's like...
The hell did you do, Everett? You're right there?
What?
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Oh, man.
Freaking crazy. Now,
hey.
Now, one thing I'm going to ask you. Because we didn't talk about this on live or on film. Okay. Robin, you seen Robin's promo he did with Tony Schiavone at All In at StarCast, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the thing was, you helped him, or you gave him some pointers on what to say, correct?
I did.
Okay.
Awesome.
And did he hit the points that you gave him, or did he go off the script, as they would say?
Well, unfortunately, he already had done it, and then he showed it to me, and I kind of gave him a couple pointers like what I would have said.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, I think more of sarcastic comedy, more like Ryan Reynolds style. Usually when I do my promos, like for me, it's very much a mix of Bobby the Brain Heenan, Classy Freddie Blassie, and Chris Farley.
Yes.
And so once I kind of broke it down the route of the way that I would have approached it, I mean he enjoyed it. He definitely was in the mindset of, oh, I wish I could have gone back and done it differently.
Right.
But I mean, for him not really ever doing promos before, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was good. I mean he learned. It's a turning point for him. He learned from the first, but then he moved on. He got better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was good. I loved how he told Tony he should be privileged to be with him in the presence.
Actually, what is it tomorrow night? Saturday night. You know he's having on tomorrow night, Damien?
What's that?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, he's gonna have Coco Beware on the line. That's awesome.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
10 a.m. 10 a.m.
Nice.
He's going to have Coco Beware. Just last week, Damien, he had freaking Hillbilly Jim on.
Is that crazy?
I remember seeing the flyer for that.
Yeah. It's freaking
And
great.
he actually got on the mic and he actually sang his theme song. It was pretty cool.
I listened to it, man. It was great.
Kill. I'm gonna have to reach out and see who I can pull out. I gotta get some top names.
Yeah. Well, you're doing good. The content and the shows on Podcast City Network just is really, really great. Tell you
Damien,
what this is
Damien,
what
bring some talent on for us. Bring some talent. Come on.
I will try to, my friend.
All right.
Yeah, I'd love to talk with talent that I haven't talked with before. Now, one thing about I was going to mention was that on the network, on Podcast City Network, like last night, right before I went to, I called it a night, I was sitting there listening to the Super Radio Brothers. They were just at the Daytona Beach comic book convention, and I was listening to that. Chris Carnage, the other co-owner of Podcast City Network, my other co-owner, I was supposed to go, and it just skipped my mind. I didn't go. I failed on it because Chris sends me a message. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm on my way there. You there yet?" And I'm like, "Shit."
Yeah.
I'm like, nope. I was like, I don't got no one to watch my daughter. I got no vehicle right now at the moment. And he's like, well, I'm about there. I'll go. I'll let you know how it is. So he went. He sat in with the Super Radio Brothers while they were doing their podcast, which was freaking great because I listened to before I called it night last night. I sat down and listened to their newest podcast, and Chris, he knocked out of the park. It was just freaking great. He was hilarious.
Chris just had a baby too.
Yeah,
Just had a little baby.
And he's a father again.
I know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I didn't even know we had another show on Podcasting Network who was there too at the start of their show, which was Second Round's Florida edition was there. Big Money Eddie and Ashley Stashbox showed up, and they were both there, and they jumped on there, which I thought was great. So, yeah, I love the network. I love the intertwining and just everything and stuff.
Can I jump in here right now and do a questionnaire? Could I do the one thing that?
What?
Top three.
Yeah. Thank you, David.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's one thing. That I wanted to. Yeah, thank you, David. I ramble on. I'm sorry, Damien. I'm sorry. I get just get into it and just ramble on.
He does.
Yeah.
Russell has to remind him.
Yes. Yeah, he does. He has to say, "Hey, man, we got notes here." Program. Okay. Yeah. Since David brought it up, I guess it's only fitting because I mentioned this to you before we went live tonight. I think it was yesterday or whenever, but mentioned about what top three songs you listen to while you're going to an event.
Okay.
Yeah. What top three songs you would listen to in the car? You're going to an event, Damien, okay? Let me make this kind of clear for everyone viewing and listening right now. Okay? You are going to an event. You get in the car, you start it up, you head down the road. You need to listen to something on the way to, pass time on your way going to an event. What do you listen to while you're in the car?
Okay, well, I got a couple of different answers as it is, but since it's top three songs,
yes,
I'm very big into country music. I always have been.
Mm-hmm.
So usually it's Garth Brooks, "Standing Outside the Fire," Rodney Atkins, what's the name of the song? "Going Through Hell." And then I will also listen to, let's see here, probably even Toby Keith.
Nice.
I really don't have a personal favorite in Toby Keith, but if I had to say one, probably I want to talk about Me.
Yeah.
But for most of my road trips, usually like 2 hours plus.
Uh-huh.
So if I'm going to a show, I actually used to do theater, and that's kind of how I got into wrestling.
Right.
So I was very big in musicals. So I'll actually listen to musical soundtracks in the car. So lately, it's been very big about Rent and Sweeney Todd and Rock of Ages.
Nice.
And then when I'm actually driving home from shows, to keep me awake, actually, I put on albums from comedians. So usually it's like Christopher Titus, Jim Gaffigan.
Mm-hmm. That's freaking awesome, man. that's pretty good. I wouldn't to think about country music. I wouldn't have thinking about that. Garth Brooks, Toby Keith, two of my favorites right there of country music, man. I do listen to occasionally. I do listen to country music. I get into the mood and I have to play some, man. David, you're on a trip, man. What are your top 3 songs you listen to while you're in the car going to an event?
So if I was going to an event, I usually throw on some not Garth Brooks, but Johnny Cash has that.
Ooh, the Man in Black.
Yes,
wow.
Man.
The Man in Black.
I'll throw him on, and I'll throw on some Dave Matthews Band. You can never go wrong with Dave Matthews Band.
Any particular favorite one from the Man in Black?
Always, I Walk the Line.
Walk the Line? Okay. Dave Matthews.
Yeah.
What's
the original? Actually, the Marching Ants is pretty good.
Good album. I remember when that came out back in the day.
And then, like, currently, man, like, if I'm on a trip, I'll travel and I'll listen to I'll still listen. Well, I'll listen to Greta. I'll listen to that Greta Van.
Nice.
Okay.
But When the Curtain Falls is their current song. Is pretty killer.
Yes.
Doing the tour. They just did a tour in Asbury Park just recently. I should have gone. I wish I did, but they don't have to catch them on a tour. What about you?
Me? I listen to Sirius XM. I have that. So in the mornings when I'm going to work, I'll put it on Sam Roberts and Jim Norton. I'll listen to them for a little bit, and then when it gets ridiculous, I switch it off and I turn it over to Octane, and I listen to Octane. I'll listen to the new hard rock, and on my way home, I'll flip it over to listening to Ozzy's Boneyard and listen to the hard classic rock.
Nice.
Like, I'll hear Dio, like Last in Line, or Rainbow Man Standing on Top of a Silver Mountain. I just love that, man. Just Dio's voice. It's like, yeah, And then by the end, when I'm on my way home, I'll flip it over after I hear enough of Ozzy's Boneyard. I'll flip it over to Liquid Metal, and they usually play the heavy shit. And right now, the bands that I'm into, one band I came upon while listening to Liquid Metal is a band called Power Trip. Those guys freaking remind me of old school like Metallica and just like thrash metal, which is freaking great. Power Trip. And every time I hear Power Trip, I think of Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H is the Power Trip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Good band. Reminds me old. Yeah, they're called Power Trip. They remind me of the old like thrash metal of like Metallica and Megadeth. And then there's Dee Snider's new album, man. We Are Metal. I love the riff in that and just the chorus part. He's like, we are metal. Dun, 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 dun. We are metal. I love that.
Oh, that's cool.
The D. Snyder
awesome.
from Twisted Sister. It's fucking great, man. I cranked that shit. And then on Octane, I've been hearing a lot. They've been playing rotation a lot. Is a band from Australia, which I think is fucking great. Is a band called Parkway Drive. That right there, that band is just, they fucking kill it. And the new 3 Days Grace, actually. That's another one, too, which I love. I mean, I miss the old singer, but the new singer's pretty good.
What if you popped in an old wrestling tape, like wrestling CD, like a song popped up? What would you play on your trip to as that?
I'd probably play Triple H The Game, Motorhead, you know. I'd probably play that. I would probably end up playing, I'd say Triple H. Maybe, damn. You caught me on that one, David. I'm trying to think there. I had the WWE records, WWF records. I had like the Ruthless Aggression or whatever it was, Aggression or you know, I forget the names of the freaking albums. I can't believe that.
Oh well, don't forget about our guests we've just currently had on, the artist who created a lot of the theme songs.
JJ McGuire, yeah.
Man,
yeah.
Mine was Demolition by him. I'd play that all the time. Demolition.
Yeah, that was good. Some good riffs right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you, Damien?
It would definitely be Stone Cold's music when Disturbed did it. Like, I love the original, but
yes,
Disturbed is a big Chicago band.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I definitely think I would have to go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Keep on rolling. Me and Damien's Everett stepping away. Go ahead. Yeah.
Say that again?
I said, just tell him you're stepping away.
I don't know what David's talking about.
I don't know.
I gotta reach over here and grab a drink. I ran out of fluid real quick. Sounds like you're getting ready to do some stuff in the background there. Anything that you can spoil and let people know what you're currently working on or not?
Sure. I'm doing laundry for tomorrow.
Oh.
Oh!
I definitely gotta play this.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
All right, as Everett goes to his refrigerator, we can talk about him. Okay, Damien?
Yeah, I just gotta grab a drink real quick. You're pretty much getting ready for tomorrow. Let me grab this other drink real quick.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, David is still a whore.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome very much.
Man. Yeah, I'm not doing anything this weekend. Just chilling. This weekend's a chill. No CZW. I'm just taking a break. Nothing to catch my eye this week, you know?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Every once in a while, you got to take a moment to just relax and unwind and
go watch the movie Queen.
Refresh yourself.
That's why I want to see the movie Queen tomorrow.
Yeah, I definitely want to go see that tomorrow. I definitely, or not. Well, this weekend.
Sunday.
Yes, Sunday.
Do it Sunday.
I probably will. My wife's like, "Who are we gonna get to watch your daughter?" And I was like, "I don't know. We got to get someone to watch her." But
get mom to watch her.
Well, huh?
Get the grandma.
My mom spends all day in church. It's like a weekly ritual for her, man. She'll get up early. She'll get up at crack of dawn.
I like your technique.
What? Pouring a drink?
Yeah.
You're crazy, David. Yeah. Yeah, what she does is just freaking, she's gone all day and stuff like that, you know. But anyhow, I I think me and David and I kept you on quite long enough, Damien.
I need to start getting to bed so I can get up in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now
I gotta get up a little bit before 7 so I can start getting ready. So
yes, yeah. I just looked at the time right there. I know conversation goes and everything.
How far of a ride is that for you? How far of a ride is that?
It's about 2 hours.
2 hours.
About 2 hour ride.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Before you jump off here, any last thing you wanna plug?
Oh, let's see here. Very much if you want to follow where I am, you can easily go on Facebook. You can follow me at Damien Saint. You'll also find me on Twitter at the Damien Saint or Instagram Damien Saint. Promotions you could always find me at is EHF Entertainment, NOW, which is Northwest Ohio Wrestling, HPW, Hoosier Pro Wrestling, PWK, which is Pro Wrestling King. I'm always expanding out. Amy debuted at Metro Pro Wrestling Michigan a couple weeks ago, so I do plan on going back there again. Pretty much just keep your eyes open. I'm trying to make my way across the Midwest and out to the east side. So just follow along, go on this journey with me, and follow the Saints.
Nice. Damien, as always, you're always welcome to come back on ELS Uncut, Everett Lee's show, and
Deathmatch Russell podcast, as always.
Yes, Deathmatch
As
Russell.
always.
You're always welcome to come back on anytime. Anything you want to come on to promote, any announcements or anything, man, just give us a holler. We'll get you on, and we love having you. And I enjoy you ripping into David.
Well, I definitely appreciate you guys bringing me back on. I've missed talking to you guys. I always have such a fun time. So, yeah, no, we're going to do this again.
Soon?
I don't know how soon, but it needs to be sooner than it has been for this last time.
I'm looking at my calendar. We're getting closer to a special day. I can't wait.
I know. I love Thanksgiving, too. I've become fast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, Damien, as always, thanks for coming on, and have a good night, and we'll get you back on again.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. You guys have a good night.
All right,
Hey,
you too,
Damien, make sure you shovel a lot of snow this week, all right?
What did he say?
He said, make sure you shovel a lot of snow this week.
Oh, okay. I couldn't understand him with a dick in his mouth, so. And with that note, before David can respond, good night.
Good night.
Good
Damien,
night.
have a great weekend. Good luck this weekend. And kill it.
He is gone, ladies and gentlemen. That's Damien Saint.
Damien Saint's one of those guys that just, he's always welcome to the studios.
Yeah, he definitely is. You've
known him for a while now. I've known him for a while. You've known him for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's
I don't
a great
know.
Guy.
I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why the fuck my camera went out. It just
Why did
freaking
your
just
camera
quit.
go out? My power went out. Come on.
Well, I got a lightning storm. I just, God dang.
Boy, we covered a lot tonight. We did a lot more than we reversed it a little bit. I like that. I like how I switched. I'm sorry I had to do that, but Game of Thornes was getting a little bit overboard.
Game of Thrones.
Game of
Game of Thrones.
Thrones.
He wanted. That's what he wanted to talk about. It's like,
awesome.
okay, what do you want to talk about? Oh, yeah, I want to talk about Game of Thrones. All right, we'll talk about Game of Thrones.
You guys really covered a lot of that. I'm proud of you. That was cool.
Yeah. If Damien wanted to come on and talk about baseball, we'll talk about baseball. It's just what he wanted to talk about first off. So okay, we're gonna do that. It was already planned to talk about that, and therefore
that was awesome.
Did. Yeah, definitely
Garth
was.
Brooks of all people.
I know Garth. I love Garth.
Shout out. Gotta love the friends in low places,
I got friends in low places.
We can't cut it because they'll be killing us on Twitch.
What?
Hey, how many viewers are this? Actually, looking, I'm not looking at a screen.
You're looking at me. You're looking at me. Well, real quick, before we got two more things we need to cover on the podcast. So we're going to take a quick intermission, and we will be right back right here on ELS Uncut. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned.
Play some of that rock.
Yes. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for ELS Uncut. And there's something that I didn't get to do at the beginning of the program tonight, David. And that's to give a shout out to those who support Podcast City Network.
Oh, that's right.
Right there, podcastcity.net. You can head over to podcastcity.net for the latest podcasts such as ELS Uncut, Everett Lee Show, Deathmatch, Wrestle Podcast, Second Rounds, Florida Edition, New York Edition, and Super Radio Brothers, Imaginarium with Scott and Todd, the Phoenix Gate Podcast, Robin Nelson presents Paranormal Files 13, and much, much more. And our new sports show, Final Score, with Chris Wilson. And
Final Score,
the Chris Carnage Show,
the one and only,
on podcastcity.net. And we want to give a shout out to City Limits Tap Room in DeLand, Florida, home of Draft Day, in the official partnership of Podcast City Network. Head over to City Limits Tap Room in DeLand, Florida, to check out their wide menu, a selection of brew on tap, food menu. The grilled cheese is excellent. Indoor and outdoor TVs for sporting events, a stage out back for live events, and much, much more at City Limits Taproom in DeLand, Florida. And Atlantic Sound Records. Head over to Atlantic Sound Records over on International Boulevard. If you're looking for that vinyl or CD or cassette that you may have lost back years ago, they may have it. So hit them up on Facebook there on the sponsor page on podcastcity.net, Atlantic Sounds, and check out their Black Friday sale coming this year in the next couple weeks for the Black Friday sale, which will have a lot of deals to get. So be sure to head over there if you're in the area, or hit them up on Facebook. And Telltale Travel, you're looking to book that destination to get away from it all, hit up Telltale Travel. Hit up Brittany Imler on the Podcasting Network sponsor page there and hit her up, and she will help you book that destination to get away from it all. And of course, if you're looking for a podcastcity.net t-shirt, head over to Sports Sanity Customs. Sports Sanity Customs will hook you up with a Podcasting Network t-shirt and much, much more custom apparel there at Sports Sanity Customs. And this is all brought to you by podcastcity.net. Well, let's change up the layout here. I want to thank Damien Saint for calling in tonight and discussing with us.
The man who marches in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He marched in, all right. He definitely did.
March Madness.
So, yeah, definitely did. It's kind of dead on the stream tonight, man. You know, doing this on Twitch.
Really?
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man. You know
what? We do what we have to do. We have it still rolling. We're rocking and rolling it. We've been all day, all night, so it's all good. No matter what happens, you know what? We get the word out. We get the word of professional wrestling and much, much more. News and entertainment too. You know that. Yeah,
we definitely do. Fixing the pictures here, you'll be able to view this live stream on Podcast City Network's YouTube page. You know,
Everett, what do you got coming up? Do you have any podcasts? No, right?
Well, I really don't have a guest this week. I really don't. No, I really don't have a guest this week.
Really?
No, I don't.
Oh, no.
I don't.
Go see Queen. I'm gonna go see that tomorrow. That's really on my agenda.
Yeah.
Gonna have to push the wife to see that maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, we're thinking about checking that out.
Do you believe what's coming up already? Thanksgiving. Jeez.
I know.
It's like that time of the year.
I know, Thanksgiving's right around the corner, man. You got any big plans for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I can head down to Pennsylvania, my sister's house. Family, my sister and my sisters, and my parents and me, and the nieces and nephews and some other people too, family members.
Yeah,
it's gonna be nice.
Yeah. And if you're tuning in right now on the Twitch channel, the cameras basically went out, so we're doing a radio style podcast tonight. We're saying fuck it with the cameras, man. Fuck that shit. So me and Mr. David C. Russell, Deathmatch Russell podcast, is doing radio style podcast tonight. My camera took a shit, and so therefore we got some graphics up and radio style podcast tonight. And I don't mind this. I kind of like it.
It doesn't matter. Like I said, the show goes on. No matter what we do, we always come up with something.
Yeah. Show must go on.
What are you gonna do for Thanksgiving? Just be around your mom, kid, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what? I got Veterans Day off this week. I actually get Veterans Day. I got Thanksgiving Day off, and I have the day after.
Well, you're pretty damn lucky then. Right there on the bottom of the screen, I got the topics of wrestling, which we discussed already about Crown Jewel, and we already discussed about what do you call it? I'm trying to think right now.
What about Deathmatch Russell? What's he got in store? Does he have any podcasts?
Well, you're jumping around here for the fact that I want to mention about an article that popped up here about NATO from New Japan. You know who NATO is, don't you? He's like one of the greatest.
I've seen pictures of him. I really haven't heard about NATO as much as you were telling me about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, NATO is basically... Damn, my encoder's overloading. I don't get it. I don't get this shit.
Don't feel bad. My computer's stopped too.
Well, I got too many damn tabs open. I think I should hang up on, exit this out there. All right, there we go. That may help it. Well, apparently NATO, what I'm reading right here, earlier this week from Tokyo Sports has reported that WWE has reached out to NATO, and it was sometime after the New Japan Dominion in June. NATO quickly turned down the offer at Dominion, and Chris Jericho defeated NATO for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Mm-hmm. As the follow-up story on the latest Wrestling Observer newsletters reported that NATO was among, quote, at least three top Japanese stars WWE reached out to. No other names were mentioned, but they said they would have at least given in some thought before turning down the offer. One of the names would have been considered a, quote, huge surprise, while the other would have less reservations about moving to the States. It was basically translated by New Japan announcer Chris Carlton that NATO apparently didn't have to think long about the prospect of going to WWE. From the Tokyo Sports article, it sounded like the Los Ingro Japan leader is very happy right now where he's at. He said, quote, I didn't even have to give it a thought. This is New Japan Ring is already the world's #1 stage. The fans know this. That's why I think we should focus on our home crowd before looking international. What do you think? Do you agree with what he says right there for the fact that WWE threw him an offer and he's like, no.
Yeah, don't do it if you're not satisfied with if you're not satisfied with it and you can make your own decision.
Yeah,
just make the decision.
Yeah. So he said no. He said, no, I'm not doing it. Thanks for the offer, but, this is home for me. This is #1. I'm number one. I have everything I need right here. Why do I need to go to you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't. I mean, what do you... He's done a lot for New Japan. He's like their #1 star. Did I tell you about the story that happened with my friend, with him, here in the States?
What? Go ahead, shoot. Tell me the story. I'd like to hear. Let's hear the fans. Check this out.
Well, apparently one of my friends that I talked to, NATO, I guess, was here back in June. Remember back in June I went to the Game Changer event with New Japan? Okay. A lot of New Japan stars there. I see NATO wrestle with or against Kenny Omega and the Golden Lovers. Mm-hmm. That was a good match. Good match, the way to end that. Now, I guess apparently NATO ended up going out to one of the gyms that one of my friends frequents, and he seen him and he approached him and asked how he was and everything, and apparently NATO was flattered that someone recognized him, besides the crowd outside, and he worked out. He did his workout. NATO did his, and then basically, they kind of talked a little bit there and took a picture, and it was pretty cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's sweet.
He was telling me, he sent me the picture. I was like, damn, that's pretty awesome. He said that he said when he seen him, he's like, you know who I am, and he's like, yeah, I knew who you are. And when he's sitting there talking with him and stuff, he was pretty. He said he's a pretty cool guy. He posed with him with the picture, and just it was great. Great.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think I got the picture right here. I'm gonna pull it up here. I'll show it to you. I know no one else is gonna be able to see it here, but yeah. Here's the Here's the picture. Check it out. Look at that.
Oh wow. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did I told you about that?
Tommy. That's Tommy, right? Our buddy Tommy.
Yeah. My friend Tommy there. Yeah. He ended up meeting him, and I thought it was great. And it was awesome. It was. It definitely was awesome that you got to meet him, and yeah, thought it was great.
So much fun. That's cool.
Yeah,
really
of course, like we talked about, Triple H. He went through surgery. Everything turned out great. Apparently, from what I understand, his surgery, everything went great. No problems. And all is well.
All's well. Ends
yeah.
well.
Yep. Let's see if I can pull something up here. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Wow. Pull this up here. Damn. Here it is right here. Here's the picture right here. Open it in the new tab here. Shoot, no. I want to view image. How the hell do you view image here? Open the link in a new tab. Yeah. Well, no. Damn it. You taking pictures?
No, yeah, I'm of things I want to say after I want to announce in my podcast, to close out the show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
here's the picture right here. Let me go ahead and screenshot that. Yeah, damn. Look how bruised that is, man. That's freaking brutal.
Who? Triple H?
Yeah.
Look at Joey Ryan. Type in Joey Ryan. Check that out. Well, Joey Ryan.
I will here in a minute. I will here just in a minute, though. But yeah, that's pretty brutal there. And this is yeah.
If you can find it, I'll find it for you.
Yeah, he had the surgery. And all's well. There he is right there.
All's well.
Yeah. He's recovering. He is definitely recovering.
Oh, I got it right here. I'm going to send you a message. Here, check this out.
Send me a message. You guys send me a message, man.
Yeah, man, I'm going to send you something.
I guess apparently while we're doing this, Second Rounds is live right now.
Are they? Shout out to Second Rounds.
Yeah. Apparently they're doing a live show as we speak now. Our other show on Podcasting Network. Second Rounds. Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that one.
Yeah, I'll pull this up here. Holy crap, man.
I know, right?
Let me screenshot this here. Check. Damn. Yeah.
Is that crazy?
My doctor thinks my chest has a tear because of all the swelling and is worried about it healing wrong and causing me discomfort forever. She wants me to get an MRI, but I need an x-ray first. And since it's Friday, I won't be able to till Monday, so I'll know Monday if I need the surgery or not. Damn, yeah, huh? It looks like he probably will. That sucks.
You know who he's with, right?
Who's that?
Candice LeRae. That's his girl.
No, Johnny Gargano is his girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, him and Candice, they were the world's cutest tag team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were the world's cutest tag team. That's what that is right there. Yeah. Yeah,
Joey
I know.
Ryan,
I know what you.
Shout out to Joey
Yeah.
Ryan. Well, he's supposed to be wrestling actually. What this week or coming up in L.A. for Game Changer Wrestling Confidential.
Yeah.
Confidential. Actually, he's supposed to be spacing. Actually, Joey's facing for the first time ever one Nick Gage.
Really?
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Insane. But if he heals up by then, hopefully.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully he does. Hope he does heal up. Yeah.
Wow.
Man, I don't understand what the hell is going on with my programming and everything. I set everything up, everything to look good, do great, do well, and this shit happens. Camera just.
This is what happened when ELS Uncut goes off script.
Goes off script.
You don't know.
You mean
they don't really see the technology difficulties that we really go through every single time. We get jinxed every time we're on a podcast. It's something. Well, you had a thunderstorm, so there was a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the storm probably knocked a couple lights out and poles or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. It does.
How much more we got on this podcast? We should be closing, right?
Yeah. What the hell? Yeah. We are pretty much. We have nothing else really to talk about. I mean, what does David C. Russell have coming up on Deathmatch Russell podcast?
Well, stay tuned on Deathmatch Russell podcast this Wednesday night. I will be talking to a female wrestler.
Ooh.
I will be talking to Adrienne Mosley, and she's a local from New Jersey area. She wrestles all over and wrestles a lot of companies in the northern New Jersey, East Coast, and
right
elsewhere too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be great to talk to her. And then on Friday night, I'm gonna have a certain guy named by the name of the Dirtologist. Dirtbag Dan will be joining the Deathmatch Russell podcast on a one-on-one talk.
Nice.
Finally. Not a live video with Everett Lee. Well, Everett might be calling in. We don't know. Mystery guests callers could be calling in. We don't know. You know?
Yeah.
But also, I want to say a shout out to one sponsor that I really didn't get to plug this week. While I was out or not a sponsor, but yeah, well, I'll just say a sponsor storefront, store in the the New Jersey area. I want to shout out to Black Sheep Thrift Shop.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Scott and fans. If you're in the area, December. I'm going to be talking here about something really cool. I told you about this earlier this week. Fans, don't miss out. Black Sheep Thrift Shop. WWE legend Tito Santana will be signing autographs.
Nice.
In 3 o'clock to 6 p.m. on 1785 Hooper Avenue in Toms River, New Jersey. So that's going to be something to check out. But also, what I got going on? I have the H2O We Can Be Better event, female wrestling show. And I think I told you off camera, but I'm going to be going live with one Randy West, who is on the card that night.
Yes.
So that's going to be cool. And
yeah,
that's it. And then after that, man, I'm going back to Asbury Park, man. I'm going back to the streets of Asbury Park on the 24th for Game Changer Presents, GCW as always. The G code, as they'll be packing the house once again
Nice.
You know, that's it. You know, it's gonna be a fun week. I'm ready for some more wrestling again. You know, a little break here and there. Go see Queen tomorrow. You know.
Mm-hmm. Not bad. Not bad.
That's it.
And where can they find more Deathmatch Russell podcast at?
You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media: deathmatchrussell.com, follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32, and on Facebook, facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32. Find me on Podcast City Network at podcastcity.net, facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share, and on Twitter at Podcast City Net. You can hear Deathmatch Russell podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.
Nice. Thank you, David.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. No, that's a lot.
That was a lot.
I know. That's a lot. It's a lot, but it's great. It's great. It definitely is great. And you could find more Everett Lee on Twitter at the Everett Lore Score Lee, and on Facebook, facebook.com/the Everett Lee. Make sure you click that thumbs up. And, of course, podcastcity.net, the official host of the Everett Lee Show and ELS Uncut. And one other thing I want to mention before we end this podcast right here on ELS Uncut. If I could find it. I don't think I found it.
Yeah,
here we go.
Hey fans, here at Podcast City Network, we have a lot of great shows on all of our great social media outlets. PodcastCity.net.
Facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit that thumbs up. You can send a tweet to Podcast City Network on Twitter at Podcast City Net.
Only on Podcast City Network.
That's it. That is it. All right. Well, that is it for another episode of ELS Uncut. Want to give one last shout out to Damien Sate. Thank you for coming on tonight and hanging out with us. Me and David C. Russell. Well, that is it.
And rock.
Yes. Have a good night. Thank you all for viewing and watching ELS Uncut. We'll see you in the next couple weeks for another episode of ELS Uncut. Have a happy and nice, safe holiday. Everett Lee signing off. Peace.